Water, the second most vital element needed for life. So the number one vital element needed for life is oxygen. And that's not a surprise, is it? The second most vital element needed for life is water. You can go 3 minutes without oxygen. You can go a couple of weeks without water. Water is the second most vital element needed for life. In fact, where there's no water, you don't usually get people living, do you?
Importance of water and hydration. Have you ever stopped to think about what really keeps life moving? Well, in addition to oxygen, which we breathe every second, there is another element that is just as vital, but often underestimated: water. Yes, the one we drink every day, or at least we should. But are we paying due attention to this essential liquid? Imagine your body as a perfect machine, where every cell plays a crucial role. Now, imagine this machine running without oil. Difficult, isn't it? This is exactly what happens when we neglect hydration. Without an adequate amount of water, problems such as high blood pressure, constant fatigue, and even frequent headaches can become our unwanted companions. But do you know how much water you should be consuming daily? And can the way you drink this water really impact your health? It's not just a matter of quenching your thirst. The quality and quantity of water you consume can be key to avoiding illness and keeping your body functioning at full capacity. Have you ever wondered if you are drinking the right amount of water? Or could that nagging headache be a sign that your body is screaming for more hydration? Stick around, because below, we'll discover together how the water you drink can be the best ally for your health. But after all, what happens when we don't pay enough attention to our hydration? Let's explore this a little more. Did you know that even mild dehydration can drastically affect your mood and ability to concentrate? Yes, something as simple as not drinking enough water can make your day fall apart. Now, imagine the impact of chronic dehydration on your body. Could those days when you feel completely exhausted, with no energy for anything, be linked to a simple lack of water? Dehydration doesn't just hit your energy, it affects how your body functions on a deep level. Without enough water, your blood becomes thicker, making circulation difficult and forcing your heart to work harder. The result? An overworked heart, a foggy mind, and a body that just doesn't work like it should. And worst of all, most of us only realize this when the symptoms are already impossible to ignore. And here's what few know. The problem isn't always the lack of water, but how and when you drink that water. Are you drinking the water your body really needs? Did you know that taking large amounts at once is not ideal? This can overload the kidneys and not provide the constant hydration the body needs throughout the day. So how can we ensure we are actually nourishing our bodies with water in the most efficient way? Let's dive deeper into this question. Don't leave there, because what you will discover can transform your health and well-being in ways you never imagined. The role of sodium and potassium. Now that you understand the vital importance of water, let's take it one step further. Because when it comes to hydration, it's not just the amount of water that matters, but also the elements that help the body use it effectively. And that's where two protagonists that are often ignored come into play: sodium and potassium. Did you know that these two minerals, so simple and present in our daily lives, play fundamental roles in the way the body absorbs and uses water? Sodium, for example, is often seen as a villain, especially when we talk about problems such as high blood pressure. But is sodium really the enemy? Or could the problem lie in the type of sodium we consume? Common table salt, the one you use to season your meals, is highly processed and often devoid of the minerals the body really needs. This can lead to an imbalance in cellular function, where water, instead of hydrating your cells, can end up being eliminated more quickly. Have you thought about that? What about potassium? This mineral acts like a true conductor in your body, helping to regulate fluid balance, muscle contraction, and nerve transmission. In other words, without enough potassium, sodium can do more harm than good. The balance between these two minerals is what allows your cells to absorb water and nutrients effectively. But are we consuming the right amount of potassium? And how can we ensure we're balancing this delicate game between sodium and potassium to maximize hydration and overall health? Here's an interesting detail. While the sodium in common salt can be harmful, Celta salt, which contains 82 minerals, is a powerful alternative. It not only helps hydrate cells, but also helps maintain the necessary balance between sodium and potassium in the body. Should you start thinking about replacing the salt you use at home? And more importantly, could this simple change be the secret to avoiding fatigue, muscle pain, and even high blood pressure? These are essential questions for anyone seeking a healthier life. But the story doesn't end here. What else can we do to ensure we are taking care of our bodies the right way? Keep following along, as we'll explore together how small tweaks to your diet can make all the difference. Effects of dehydration on the body. If you think dehydration is just that feeling of intense thirst on a hot day, think again. The effects of dehydration on the body go far beyond what we imagine, and the consequences can be more serious than you imagine. Have you ever wondered how your body reacts when it doesn't receive an adequate amount of water? Or how even mild dehydration can start to trigger a cascade of problems that affect everything from your digestion to mental clarity? Let's start with the basics: digestion. Water is essential to maintain the healthy functioning of your digestive system. Without it, the process of breaking down food and absorbing nutrients becomes less efficient. This can lead to problems like constipation and poor nutrient absorption, which in turn can affect your energy and overall well-being. But dehydration doesn't stop there. It can affect something even more fundamental: blood circulation. Blood becomes more viscous, which means the heart has to work harder to pump this vital fluid throughout the body. The result? Fatigue, shortness of breath, and, in extreme cases, an increased risk of cardiovascular problems. And what about your mind? Yes, dehydration can directly affect brain function. Have you ever felt a kind of mental fog, difficulty concentrating or making decisions? It could be that your brain is suffering the consequences of a lack of water. Dehydration reduces the efficiency of synapses, those small connections between neurons, impairing communication within the brain. This means that when you are dehydrated, your ability to think clearly, remember information, and even control your mood is affected. Have you ever noticed how you become more irritable or anxious when you are thirsty? The good news is that this can be easily avoided. Drinking water throughout the day, along with taking in essential minerals like those found in Celta salt and fresh fruits and vegetables, can help keep the body in balance. And best of all, this not only protects your body, but also improves your physical and mental performance. Want to see a real change in your energy, focus, and overall health? Start paying attention to your hydration. Because at the end of the day, water is much more than just a natural resource. It is the basis of how your body functions. And now that you know the impact dehydration can have, what are you going to do next? Is it time to give water the value it really deserves in your daily routine? Stay with us as we explore more ways to keep your body running like a well-oiled machine. Did you know that dehydration can even influence your mood and emotions? Yes, that feeling of irritability, inexplicable tiredness, or lack of motivation can be directly linked to a lack of water in your body. When you're not adequately hydrated, energy levels drop, and the brain can interpret this as stress, resulting in a darker mood and an increase in anxiety levels. Is this something you have experienced, perhaps without even realizing the cause? But it's not just the mood that suffers. Dehydration can also affect your skin, which is the body's largest organ. Without enough water, skin loses elasticity, becomes drier, and more prone to wrinkles and fine lines. And it doesn't stop there. The body's natural detoxification processes are also compromised, which can lead to skin that is more prone to acne and other dermatological problems. Have you ever noticed how your skin becomes more dull and lifeless when you are dehydrated? Additionally, lack of water can have a direct impact on your immune system. Dehydration can hamper your body's ability to eliminate toxins and waste, which in turn weakens your defenses against disease. Imagine facing the flu or a cold with a body already weakened by lack of water. Symptoms can become more intense and recovery slower. Are we underestimating the power that hydration has on our ability to fight infections? And for those who exercise regularly, dehydration can be even more harmful. It can decrease athletic performance, increasing the risk of muscle cramps, exhaustion, and even injuries. This is because when you are not well hydrated, your muscles do not receive the adequate amount of oxygen and nutrients, resulting in early fatigue and a longer recovery time. If you've ever felt like your performance has dropped for no apparent reason, the answer may lie in your water intake. The message is clear. Staying hydrated is critical to not just surviving, but thriving. So, how about starting to pay more attention to the signals your body is giving you? Water may be the simplest and most affordable remedy for a range of problems you didn't even know were related to dehydration. And now that you know the importance of hydration in all these aspects of your life, what will change in your daily routine? Stick around, because we're just beginning to discover how something as basic as water can have such a profound impact on your health and well-being.